डेढ़ साल से ज़्यादा मुझे 1.5 साल से ज़्यादा तो वो और मैं काफ़ी कुछ सीखा भी हूँ यहाँ पे आकर। तो बस ये मेरा एक शॉर्ट इंट्रोडक्शन है।
Thank you, Shubham ji. I would like to call Harish sir to give a short introduction of him.
Hi, am I audible?
Yes, sir, you're audible.
Hi, everybody. Good evening. This is Harish. I am from the Tisa core team. By profession, I am an IT professional, and I just saw that there are very interesting topics which are going to be presented today. So I thought I would check out. Here's wishing all the speakers very best.
Thank you so much, Harish sir. So we will start with today's presentation event. So the first participant is Anil Sahu, and his topic is about yoga. So Anil Sahu, are you ready?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am, I'm ready.
You can share. Okay,
Thank you, ma'am.
you can share your PPT, and you will get to 20 minutes to speak.
Okay, ma'am. Can you give me right for the screen share?
Yeah. Yes, I have made you the co-host. You can share the PPT.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you. So, ma'am, I am starting. Myself, Anil Sahu. I'm audible, ma'am?
Yes.
Hello?
Yes.
So this, as I'm represent about the essential of yoga, as everyone very much familiar about yoga. So let us start. Introduction. As we all know, yoga is origin from India. So yoga is a journey to mind and body harmony. Yoga is abstract from a Sanskrit word which means union of body and mental spiritual practice or disciplines. It was originate from ancient India and aim to control still mind and recognizing a detached wellness consciousness touched by mind and moodiness. The holistic approach to health and wellness. The philosophy of yoga. So, as I mentioned earlier, the holistic approach to mind, health, and well-being. According to ancient, there is 8 limbs of yoga according to Patanjali's Yoga Sutra, which are yams, niyams. Yams, niyam is basically all is depend on ethical principle and personal conduct. Asanas. These are the various physical posture for strengthening and flexibilities of muscles. pranayam. Pranayam is basically on breathing control and energy regulation. And pratyahara. Pratyahara is removal of sense. And dhyan, as we know, it is concentration and focus, and meditation and mindfulness and samadhi. It is the divine with union with divine. So as we know, the type of yoga, it is earlier I mentioned all yam, niyam, asan, pranayam, pratyahara, dharna, dhyan, samadhi. So let's come physical benefit of yoga. So enhancing strength and flexibility. So when we do various yoga asana, our muscles flexibility increase, and we build core strength and balance and stability, increase the joint mobility and flexibility. There is other also benefit of this, and improving cardiovascular health. So role of yoga is reducing blood pressure and stress level. It enhancing heart health and circulations. It promoting overall cardiovascular fitness. Maintain humans pulse rate and blood circulation, blood pressure. And second one, the mental emotional well-being through yoga. Right now the life becomes so busy, so there is so many stress from our day-to-day life. For their yoga play very vital role. So stress reduction and relaxation. So practice mindfulness and presence on the yoga, promoting relaxation response and lowering cortisol level, utilizing yoga as a powerful tool for stress management, enhancing mental clarity and focus. The cultivating a calm and focused mind through meditation. We can make our mind more focused, more calm by help of the yoga. The impact of yoga, cognitive function of memories. We improve our memory through yoga. Promoting emotional stability. We become very emotional strong and resilient. Emotional balance and self-awareness. Self-awareness means we have knowledge of ourselves. So exploring the mind-body connection in yoga, by help of yoga we can uh, relate our mind and body, nurturing self-compassion, self-acceptance. Self-acceptance we realize through the yoga like Vipassana, and cultivating emotional intelligence and mindfulness. Mindfulness means we should keep ourselves in present. We should not planning of future. We should not regret of past incident. We simply accept situation as it. So there is some asanas which day to day like we should do, like Tadasana, as teacher mentioned, it is very easy asanas. It benefit to improve alignment, grounding, and cultivating awareness. Adho Mukh Swanasana. It is also very good asana. We should do it day-to-day life. It's helpful to strengthen arm, leg, and core while stretching the shoulder, and it's also helpful to belly fat reduction and weight loss. And Veerbhadrasana, it's a series of standing pose that build strength, stability, and focus. There are 3 variations. So according our strength, we can do the warrior 1, warrior 2, warrior 3. It helps to strengthen leg, back, abdomen muscles. Trikonasana, as mentioned picture, it is easy asana, and everyone can do it. A standing pose with stretch and strengthen the leg, open the hips, and stretch the side body. Very easy. Bhujagasana is also called cobra pose. Bhujagasana is a back bend, strengthen back, open the chest, and it's improve the spinal flexibility and it's strengthen the back. Now there are some breathing technique. It's also called pranayama. Pranayama help to focus our mind, and it's calm our mind and improve our focus concentration. So it is an effective technique for balancing the flow of energy in the body, calming the mind, and improving the focus and concentration. Kapalabhati, skull cleaning breath. Kapalabhati, a cleansing breath that involve rapid inhalation followed by passive inhalation. It's help in detoxifying the body, clearing the nostril passages, and increasing the vitality. It is helpful to detoxing the body. Bhimari pranayam. So Bhamri pranayam. It's also called deep breath. This technique involve creating humming sound during exhalation. It helps to calm mind, reduce stress, and enhance the mental clarity. So Sitali pranayam, it also the same benefit. It helps the mind and refresh the system. So these all are the breathing techniques. So how can we use yoga for everyday life? Since we wake up the morning, we can use yoga in our routine life. So routine start from day with gentle yoga sequence for few stretches to wake up your body, improve circulation, and set up positive tone of the day. Breathe full, mindful breathing throughout the day. Take break to practice the mindful breathing. If you are in your bus, you can practice Anulom Bilom that time. So deep breathing exercise can reduce stress, increase focus, and provide a stress of the calm amidst a busy schedules. As yoga, incorporate short yoga pose or stretches while sitting idle on your desk. It can help you eliminate tension in neck, shoulder, and back, improve posture, and enhance energy and productivity. So yoga for stress relief, dedicate a few minutes of the day to practice yoga for a stress relief. This can be include gentle stretching, posing, and restorating. Guided relaxation technique release tension and restore balance. So if you free standing in your workplace, you have no work, you can do this type easy and stress relieving yoga. Evening wind down after a job before bed, we should do this easy yoga. Calming yoga sequence relaxation technique to upwind from the day, improve sleep quality, and promote relaxation. Mindful eating. We have a general habit to eat with television. This is very harmful for our eating habits. So we should avoid TV and others device when we uh, taking our dinner and lunch. So we practice mindful eating by bringing awareness of our food taste. This habit make food very delicious and increase digestion. Food and support healthier eating habits. So International Yoga Day, as we all know, 31st June is celebrated as an International Yoga Day. The initiative Yoga Day was initiated by our current Prime Minister Narendra Modi in 2014, and the first International Yoga Day was celebrated in 2014. So let I come to conclusion. So as we all know, the yoga is our helping tools and is transforming power, uh, and from historical origin and philosophical underpinning, its physical, mental, emotional benefit. Yoga offers us to path to self discovery, balance, and well-being. Whether you are a beginner or an experienced practitioner, incorporating yoga into your life can bring about positive change in your day-to-day life. So let us embrace the power within the embark and journey of self transmission through a beautiful practice of yoga. Thank you. Yes.
Thank you so much,
Any
Anil
question?
ji.
Thank you, madam.
It was a very nice. It was a very nice presentation, and I am sure everyone have must learn from this PPT. So, any questions from the audience?
How we can use yoga to cure stammering?
Hello. Yes, sorry.
How we can use yoga to cure stammering?
Yes. Yes. So as we all know, this stammering is a psychological problem, and it's bigger more when we are anxiety, when we are very in stress and anxiety. So By help of this yoga, we keep our mind cool, so it will little bit help us to handle our stammering. Second, we also know that the stammering second reason is shallow breath. So by help of breathing exercise, we can also make our breathing pattern uh, uh, good and as normal person. So so this way yoga help us to handle, to control our strength. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Any questions from audience? Okay, so we will move for further. So we have our second participant, and his name is Vinayak ji. So Vinayak ji, are you ready?
Yeah, I am ready.
So I will make you the co-host so that we can share.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, so yeah, yes, you can share now.
Okay. So is my screen visible? I've shared.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So I'll start with a small introduction of myself. My name is Vinayak, and I'm doing third year of engineering in Bangalore. And I've been a part of Tisa from 2018. So this is my first presentation event, and I thought I'll speak about big data analytics. Uh, so like, so like, ha- so like, how many of you over here are from the CS background? Are from the CS background? So is there nobody here from the CS background? Okay. So I see that Harish sir is from CS background. Okay. Okay. So I'm sure that some of you may have heard of this term big data analytics. So I'll just try to explain only the introduction to big data, and I'll not go like very deep into it. So what is big data analytics? Right? To to uh, to understand this, we have to start by understanding data. Like, what is data? I would like to ask this question to everybody. What do you think is data?
Data is information or any kind of information. Please be
Yeah, okay. That is one way to say it, but data is basically collection of raw facts. Like if I say my name is Vinayak, then that is data. Or if I say the topic of my presentation is big data analytics, even that is data. So there are many kinds of data. There are structured data, there is semi-structured data, and there is unstructured data. So like all the things that I just told now, that comes under structured data. Uh, like and like and like and like also all your Excel sheets, your your word files, all of that are structured data. Then your songs, your videos, the meeting that we are having now is 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 unstructured data. So that is what data is. Then what is big data? So when the amount of data becomes very, very, very large, that we can't store it through normal means, that becomes big data. Now, what do I mean by normal means? Like we can't store it in an Excel uh, sheet, or we can't store it in a hard drive or a pen drive, because the data is so huge. So like when the data becomes so huge, where it becomes to a level of petabytes, so we call that as big data. I'm not able to change the slides up. So from where is all this data that I'm talking about? Like all these large volumes of data, like where is it actually coming from? No, uh, this is a very important question to ask. We started with very simple computers that could only do addition, and they had very short term memory. So from there, now we have managed to come to a place where we can store the data on cloud, where we can store the data on internet. So there's a law, there's a very huge amount of data as the time went on. So yeah, like as the technology evolved, we had a large amount of data. So so you can see over here, we had very big computers back then, like a a whole room was needed uh, to to use that computer, and at least two or three operators were needed to just handle one computer. So slowly we evolved, and we managed to reach a place of graphical graphical interface, where we could interact with the computer only uh, by just looking at the icons and the graphics. uh, like you can see here, this was the beginning of Windows, and then slowly we moved to internet age, where he had access to internet, and then we are now there in interaction age, where we can interact with the computer either either by text or by speech. So uh, we are then slowly we are slowly moving into an AI age, which will be an immersive world. So like you may see here, from the very big computers to the very small computers, as we transitioned, the the amount of data we had became larger and larger and larger. So we need some way to process a very large amount of data. And that's where big data will come into the picture. Then the second source of this large data is the IoT devices. The so uh, you may have seen this IoT devices, or you may be wearing one. So uh, so like IoT means Internet of Things. So
Hello.
you can make,
Uh, we, we, Vinayak ji, we can't see your screen.
okay, so you're not able to see the screen. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, Vinayak.
So is it visible now? No?
Yes, now visible.
Yes, now you
Okay.
can see.
Okay. Yeah. So so the second source of data that I was talking about was the IoT devices. So these IoT devices, it means the Internet of Things. So we can make simple a simple electronic device smart by connecting it to the internet. Like you may have a smart watch, or you may have a smart AC, a smart fridge. So like they bring in a lots of data. Like if you look at your smart watch, that has a lot of data about you, about your heartbeat, about your stress levels, about your oxygen levels, the number of steps that you have taken. So it has a lot of data of a lot of people. So like that can be used by healthcare industries uh, to uh, to either predict certain diseases, or warn the patients and just ask them to take care of their health. Like we can track the patient's health with the uh, smart devices. And the third biggest source of data has been social media. Like I'm sure all of us here are at least there on some social media platform, because the statistics says that at least 59% of the world's population uses social media. The average daily usage is 2.5 hours, and I think many of us here use our phones and social media for more than 2.5 hours. So these are some statistics that you can see. There are 4.76 billion social media users, and 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 every year 3% more people are joining to these platforms. So like these were the basic sources of big data. So once we manage to have so much data, so then where do we actually store them, and how do we process them, right? So like all that becomes important. uh, we'll try to look at it briefly in the next few slides. Uh, I'll not be able to explain it very technically because that will take a lot of time. But I will just try to give a rough 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 idea about it. Uh, but in the meantime, we'll look at some of big data applications. So these are used in banks. It is used in insurance companies, in transportation. Like we all may have traveled through train, right? So you may have tried to do online bookings. So like each and every day, there may be lakhs of people who are trying to book trains and travel. So there must be some way to store this data and process this data over the internet. You may have thought about it. So like that whole process of storing that data and processing it comes under big data applications. And it is used in education, manufacturing, energy, healthcare, media, and entertainment. So, so like big data is something that is getting very, very popular in the hospitals. Like, they don't have the same amount of staff throughout the year. They make use of these big data applications to see, like they try to predict with their previous year's data that that at which time of the year will there be maximum amount of patients. So at that time they'll increase the number of beds, they'll increase the number of staffs. So they can take very wise and well informed decisions because of big data. So like these were some of the applications, and uh, you can see over here, like some of uh, the stunning data growth statistics. Uh, so so in 2021 alone, we had we had we had we had created 2.5 quintillion bytes of data every day. So it's a very huge amount. So now you know why big data is important. And you can see some more things here. I'll just skip these things and I'll go to the real topic and try to explain what is big data. So it's a collection of large and complex data which is difficult to process using traditional methods and databases. So like I said, we can't store and process this data making use of the normal methods we know, right? Okay. So, like, when does the data become big data? Like, uh, has the number of people who attended this meeting now, uh, has that become big data, or has the number of people who attended NC and all their information, does that become big data? No. Uh, there are five characteristics of big data. I'll just try to explain them briefly. So the main thing is the volume, like the size and amount of big data, it should be big. So we are supposed to have a very huge amount of data, like maybe thousands of GB of data is the minimum, and and the second is the value, like uh, does this data have any business value? Like if we process this data and if we are able to generate any insight, or if we are able to recognize any pattern from that data, is it uh, a useful insight? So that is important. And variety, like we must have data from many different sources and from many different places, and many types of data, like like unstructured data, semi-structured, and raw. And velocity means the speed at which data is coming. Like I told in the train booking example, that there are lakhs of people who are trying to book trains each and every day. So the speed of data is very high, and veracity means the trustworthiness of the data. Like, is the data accurate or no? So these are some things. I will not go very deep into how the data is stored and how it is processed, because for all those things you may need uh, some some basic technical knowledge, uh, which which I believe the audience does not have, because because a lot of you are not from this CS background, from the CS background. Yeah. So thank you, thank you for listening to me. I'm not sure if I took too much time. Thank you.
Thank you, Vinayak. That was a very informative presentation. And le, le, let us move on to the Q&A session. If anyone has any questions for Vinayak, feel free to raise their hand and ask the questions. Okay, so we have a question from Mr. Harish.
Yeah, so Vinayak, first of all, very nice presentation. My question was, what do you think would be the future of big data in the next 5 to 10 years? Just your thoughts.
like like I feel the 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 future is big data. Like as the time goes on, we will have we'll have more and more data. So we'll need some processing mechanism for, for that, and big data is the future. Like even Stephen Hawking also told once that the future lies in statistical thinking and processing of large volumes of data. So our ability to access this data and store this data and process it will be will be very important in the coming years.
Right, I agree with you. As it is, we are producing a lot of data on internet, and now we have also seen the onset of AI and machine learning. So I think data has become the new gold.
Yeah, right.
Obviously, big data will play an important role.
Correct.
Anyways, very nice presentation.
Right.
Uh,
Yeah, Anil.
we have
Yeah.
I guess there
Hello.
is some yeah. Yes.
Okay. So, Vinayak, I'm not a IT person, but one thing I want to know that this big data can be uh, uh, maybe simple by help of artificial intelligence.
Mm, yeah. We like that. These are all the applications, and even I am also still learning. So we can use AI. We can use AI here also, and we have to use we we have to use AI even even here also. Like I had given the example of the of the of the hospital sector, right? So they are able to predict the number of staffing they need, the number of beds they need at different times of the year, making use of AI and machine learning techniques itself. So 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 like all these things, like big data analytics, data science, AI, machine learning, all these things are completely interconnected. You can't separate them from each other. So they have to work together to produce better results.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Oh my God, I'm just tired talking for so long.
Thank you, Vinayak. Thank you for such a wonderful presentation. And hello, hello.
Yeah, hello.
Am I audible?
Yeah, you are.
Yeah, yeah. So thank you, Vinayak and Anil, for such wonderful and informative presentation. And I hope that the audience have taken a lot of information from both the presenters. So that's all for today. And a request to to every audience and presenter to please give your feedback on Tisa Telegram uh, group. It We are always open for feedback, and not and your feedback can also help or motivate other PWS to break out from their comfort zone, and even they could feel motivated to give presentations. So thank you everyone, and have a happy Sunday. Bye.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye. Thank you.